Have you ever been pulled down a path not knowing why, but you went anyway? I was living in Reno, Nevada when I made this trip. I had driven down south to visit a sick friend in Las Vegas, and now I was heading back home. I don't take highways most people do. I travel the backroads, the often overlooked byways of America, when I'm on a mission of service and solitude. Cold morning, Highway 95 sparked something inside of me. As I drove, I remembered the wild Mustangs that once roamed these lands. I knew I needed to get back quickly to see if my beloved baby Mustangs were still alive and still thriving. Before we begin, I want to thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. It actually helps the algorithm to share these stories with more people who might not get a chance to see them otherwise. I'd love to hear from you. Where you're watching from, drop a comment and let me know. I'm recording this video right here from the Silver State, and I'm so glad you're along for the ride. Wind howled across the high desert, and at times I could barely see outside the windows. Snow whipped across the road, covering my car in white, erasing the lines and erasing the world I thought I knew. It was a bit scary, I won't lie. Out there, it felt like the earth itself had vanished, leaving me alone with a raw, barren wilderness. But that fear sharpened me, made me more present, more alive. I followed an instinct, a quiet pull I couldn't explain, guiding me north. I needed to get back fast to witness both this stretch of road and the wild Mustangs that were part of my history and heart. As I drove, the mountains rose against the sky. Snow glistened like crystal. Walker Lake appeared, a jewel framed by jagged ridges reflecting the calm and chaos of the landscape. The towns along the way, Minna, Luning, Hawthorne, whispered of life in the desert. Gas stations, diners, locals. Mostly it was me and my service dog, the road, and the silence of wide open space. Like a lesson, stillness is alive, beauty exists in extremes, and sometimes the journey itself is the answer we've all been seeking. Driving through snow and wind, following instinct, I realized why this journey mattered. I wasn't just returning to my rental. I was racing against time to see if the Mustangs I loved were still alive. Mountains reminded me of endurance, and the open desert reminded me of the importance of presence. Sometimes when we're called to pay attention, to witness, to slow down, because if we don't, beauty and life may vanish before we even realize it. Finally, I reached the area where wild Mustangs once roamed freely, their spirit woven into Nevada's identity. Though the highway stretched empty before me, I could picture their manes flowing in the wind, their hooves thundering across the open land. Once travelers slowed down watching these living symbols of freedom. But as Reno grew, their balance shifted. Cars sped past despite the signs, and the cost has been devastating. Entire bands of Mustangs lost to negligence and human convenience. What Reno was once famous for, these icons of wild freedom, is disappearing before our eyes. And even though I like to get up each morning and see the wild Mustangs in my front yard, naming each one, they no longer come. Maybe they're scared. Maybe they're being killed. I left. I moved away from Reno and Virginia City at that time, because it was gut-wrenching to always hear about a horse being killed because a new resident sped by and didn't follow the signs. What made Reno popular for me was the wild Mustangs, and I came to befriend them, to feed them, to pet them, to see them, to take videos of them. I stayed for a very short time, because as more residents came to visit Reno, they stayed and didn't follow the signs, and kept killing more and more horses. What are we doing today? What are we doing living in a world that people are more focused on getting to work on time rather than saving a life? Reno is a distant past, but I'll never forget what the wild Mustangs brought me, what I learned from them, and what I continue to use from them every single day. Is it time for you to slow down? I think it is. Slow down. Get off your phone. Stop scrolling through social media. Take a walk out in nature and feel you being guided by what's out there. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this journey with me. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really helps these stories reach more people who might not otherwise see them. I can't help but wonder, what does it say about us when we fail to protect the very symbols that make a place unique? These roads carry not just cars, but choices. And every choice we make to honor life or to discard it shapes the world we live in. The Mustangs are more than horses. They are living reminders of freedom, endurance, and wild beauty. Their survival depends on our willingness to see them, to respect them, and sometimes simply to slow down. Can we all please start slowing down?